Hi guys, I hope you all are doing well. I haven't uploaded any video on my YouTube channel for a very long time, almost 1.5 years or more. Uh, the reason being I was not keeping well, and there were so many things happening in my life and in my family that I had no strength and no courage and even no mood to come on to make videos for YouTube and upload them. But I'm very thankful to all of you for keep supporting me. I really felt very cherished when I received your messages, and you encouraged me so much. And when I was not well, I was thinking that I should make videos on nakshatras and other subjects which I have little bit knowledge, and I would like to, used to think that if ever I will come back on my YouTube channel, I will definitely share that info. So since I'm feeling much better now, I'm starting my Nakshatra series, and today I'm going to speak on Ashwini Nakshatra. Thank you so much, and I hope you all are doing very well, and I really wish a very happy 2023 to all of you. So Ashwini Nakshatra. Ashwini Nakshatra is the first nakshatra in the series of 27 plus 1 nakshatras. Plus 1 I said for Abhijit, which is used for Mahuratam. But normally we only look at 27 nakshatras. This is the nakshatra where sun exalts. And it is about dawn, the first rays of light, the new beginning, the journey, which could be of physical self or of soul. And it is also about new hope, from darkness into light, transformation from darkness into light, and from light also into darkness. So there is a duality in this nakshatra. Now Ashwini Nakshatra is a Gandhamul Nakshatra, and its first charan or first pada is of Gandhamul Dosh, which is also called karmic knot, and that pada is difficult. It is considered malefic because there is a dosh there. In Navamsa, its fourth charan falls in Aries, Taurus, Gemini and Cancer Navamsa. So this nakshatra is ruled by Ketu, and it is the first nakshatra. So we should understand that we are incarnated to fulfill the purpose of Ketu. What is Ketu? Ketu is all about enlightenment, it's all about nirvana. It is about soul's journey from Maya towards higher realms, towards Adhyatma. Ketu evolve a soul through losses, through separation, through suffering, because they say that the light, the wound is the window for the soul from where the light of knowledge comes in. So Ketu nakshatras, the three of them, Ashwini, Magha, Mula, all three are difficult nakshatras, and the purpose of the soul is to learn to get detached when we talk about Ketu nakshatras, among other things. So this is a Ketu nakshatra, and the first pada of this nakshatra is ruled by Aries. So it falls in Aries Navamsa, so it is controlled by Mars and Ketu. So this is a very difficult pada, because Mars and Ketu together are like double fire. So in fact, one time I heard someone saying, like they were attending a class and somebody said that Ashwini Nakshatra is very mild, and its first charan also, which is Gandhamul Dosh, it doesn't have any effect. No, it is not like that. If it is like that, then it wouldn't have been mentioned as karmic knot. So basically, as I'm saying that this nakshatra has duality, but I personally feel that it has triplicity, and why I am saying that I'm going to speak about towards the end of the video. But as it is mentioned that this is about duality, and when it gives good results, superb results, it gives really phenomenal success to a person, lot of happiness. And when it is malefic, it is extremely malefic. So like if we see about a good Ashwini Nakshatra, we can see entrepreneurs, sports people, very successful security people, security officers like army officers, police officers, Air Force and Navy officers. They all are belonging to this nakshatra, and very successful surgeons and doctors. And personal life, there is extension of family. When Ashwini Nakshatra is good, it is about extension of family. It is because Ketu represent Pitris, So Ketu, when this nakshatra is good, definitely one have extended family, one have children, grandchildren, and children are doing well, grandchildren are doing well. There is good name and fame, and basically a person is very contented. But when this is malefic, the first thing which is hit a person is that the extension of family gets very difficult, because there is a curse of ancestors. It is carrying curse of ancestors, or it is carrying curse of curse of someone someone who is suffering a lot, someone who could be disabled, like that kind of thing, or it has curse of some. What they say, no, some it is affected by, the family is affected by some spirit or demons, that kind of thing. So excuse me, so extension of family gets difficult. So the women in the family goes through miscarriages or abortions, which could be forced by doctors because the baby is not healthy, or even abnormal children or with deformity children can be born, or there can be stillbirths. So and the children who are there also in the family, they may be having some kind of health issue, which is like lifelong medical drug dependence. So close family members have that kind of issues, or they can be even like drug abuse, like substance abuse they call it, or dependence on narcotics. This can be seen. See, Ashwini Nakshatra is one nakshatra where most of the time I have seen, like I have researched so much, most of the time I have seen that it is about suffering of your near dear ones. So basically the purpose of the soul is to get detached from Maya, to get detached from attachments. So a person see the suffering of his or her family members, and that's how it get detached. It doesn't want to go towards the families in another lifetime. It wants to let go of everything, and this is what it does. But yes, it also depends on other alignments in the chart. So like if there are other alignment which are suggesting that this person will also suffer a lot, because not only it is a malefic Ashwini in the chart, but it is also other alignments which suggest that this person himself or herself will also suffer, the native will suffer. Then we see the suffering to the native also. But most of the time it is about the family is suffering. So this is something. So basically if you really see that Ashwini Nakshatra, the key points when it is good, it is like really blessed, it gives a lot. As I have told you, the extended family, the success of the family, the highly educated family members, their children, grandchildren, everybody is healthy and happy, name and fame and everything. But one thing which is there for both good Ashwini Nakshatra, or positive Ashwini Nakshatra, as well as malefic Ashwini Nakshatra, there can be property related disputes in the family. There can be like ancestral property related legal conflict or personal conflict between siblings and the cousins. So that is there, one of the possibility. It happens very lot of times. It happens even when it is good. Like you can see Shri Mukesh Ambani ji, he has a positive Ashwini Nakshatra, though he has 4 planets in the sign of Aries in the 6th house of his chart. So yeah, it is speaking of legal conflict also. And he and his brother had some kind of dispute related to inheritance, so that is there also, because 6th house is activated. But it also suggests that he has sun in Ashwini Nakshatra, which is 10th lord, and Venus also is in Ashwini Nakshatra. So basically you see after his marriage, he must have got really successful. That is one thing. Lady luck is with him. And also if you see that he is working for his father's business, he's serving his father's business, and also he will overcome all the adversities, obstacles, challenges, and he is going to be successful against all odds, against all adversities, against all opposition, because of this combination. But yes, it also gave conflict to him with his brother. That is one thing. But Ashwini Nakshatra is it is also about loyalty to one's siblings. It is also about the person is very loyal to one's sibling when there is Ashwini Nakshatra, and that too in good dignity. Normally Ashwini Nakshatra native is loyal to one's siblings and friends. So you can see that when Mr. Anil Ambani ji was having some kind of financial issues, Mr. Mukesh Ambani ji helped him and helped him out financially. So yeah, this is there also. Now if you really see the malefic side of this nakshatra, so I'm going to tell you I'm going to read the key points regarding the malefic situation when Ashwini is malefic. So conspiracy, intrigue, sudden events which could be tragic, defamation which may continue even after death, children related issues like one may see stillbirths in the family, deformity or abnormalities in kids. One may see women in the family having miscarriages or may have to go through abortions. This I have already discussed. Conflicts, legal or within the family or even with friends. The conflicts could be related to women or parental or ancestral property. Untimely death of parents or one of the parent, and the other parent may have to suffer a lot, means being brought up by single parent, and it has been a very difficult times for single parent. The parent has suffered a lot, could be health issues, could be humiliation, could be lot of struggle and difficulties the single parent has faced to bring up this Ashwini person. The father or the mother could have died due to a disease and even untimely, untimely young death, of parents, or one of the parent through sickness or through some kind of sudden tragic event. One may have to see someone close have lifelong medical drug dependence or dependence on narcotics. One may see someone in close family may go through gender reassignment surgery. So a gay and lesbian attitude could be part of the close family. Though it is not about malefic Ashwini, but this can happen in general for Ashwini Nakshatras people. Fall from grace or facing riches to rags or rags to riches situation. The native and his or her family carry the curse of ancestors or even a guru or a god, and so, or even as I said of a disabled person, so can be associating with demons and black magic and spirits. The family may be facing this situation. A woman or women in the family may face great humiliation socially or may even get abused sexually. So this is something. Now if we see how Ashwini Nakshatras live, very very peculiar type of life they have, they are achievers, they even can get obsessed about things, like what they want to achieve they must have it. So their motto is like by hook or by crook, like they have to have it by any means. That is one thing. Second thing, they are not fearful of consequences. So it's like आर या पार, या तो मिले या ना मिले, या या तो जान रहे या ना रहे, but I am going to do it. So they are daredevils, That's why car race drivers, jockeys, the professions in which there is fear also, involved, like of sudden death, accidents and all that. You can see Ashwini there, So they are daredevils, And another thing which I generally notice about them, that in their lives they are supposed to let go, of relationships, like they are removed from a certain place, where they are, like they are taken away far from their families, because the families have to go through a certain situation, a certain kind of difficult time frame when they are not supposed to be there to help them. So like they are like being sent away from their family, they are being thrown out of their families, like prodigal child, like you can see. So many times I see when Ashwini is I'm seeing the family situation related in the chart where the one child is neglected and thrown out, that though that child is very loyal to the family, is serving family very well, very generous towards siblings and parents, but generally that child is very neglected or being thrown out of the family, like someone who is hamdard and meherban is thrown out of the family like cruelly. So I have seen that there is also the nakshatras which are very difficult in his or her chart. Like related to family members, I see like there will be Magha also, there will be Jayeshta also, there will be Bharni also, there will be Mula also. So all difficult nakshatras are there. So basically the destiny wants his family or her family to, it is a fixed destiny, they have to settle some difficult karma, so they have to go through some kind of situation where the universe knows that if this person is going to be there, the family will not, he will not or she will not allow family to suffer. So very cruelly this person is thrown out of the family, sent away from the family, so much so that this person may get disheartened and they just go away. Like that's what I asked my client, like did it happen like that? He said yeah, just he gave up hope, he gave up, he decided that he is not going to love his family anymore, he is not going to think of them anymore because he was humiliated so much. And then after that there is Punarvasu also in the chart. So I told him, I said after a few years you are going to go back for sure, because you will be the bringer of light, you are the chosen one for that, you will be the one who will renew your family, you will basically you will give new life to your family, you will be the bringer of light. So Ashwini and Punarvasu are very compatible also, when they are together they support each other, like whatever the suffering the native have to go through, the humiliation through family, neglect through family, so this this Punarvasu will make sure that ultimately the soul heals, this soul heals. So this is one of the situation. So now if we talk about the one minute, yeah, the professions of Ashwini people, what they can do. See, this is this nakshatra deity is Ashwini Kumaras, who are known as what they say, physicians of gods. So these people, it's very normal that they can get into health and healing, like medical officers, Ayurveda practitioners, medical doctors, and surgeons, beauty surgeons, and even doctors who are doing gender reassignment surgeries, even tantrics, magicians, actors, dancers, basically from creative field, mentalists, astrologers, sports people, car racers, as I said, veterinaries, like they can specialize in, because they are horse lovers, they love, or gopalak. These are two things about them, like they can really love horses, or they can be looking after cows, like into bovine. So veterinaries who are specializing in horse breeding or horse treatment, any kind of health issue to the horse they can treat, and or into bovine is like cow, buffalo, all this, and they can be specialists. Even after being a veterinary, they can be specialists in treating cows or buffaloes, whatever this race, gopal, what we call in Hindi. And also there are people who can understand the language of animals, or like they can communicate with animals. So you can find Ashwini Nakshatra there. Okay, actors and dancers and singers, basically artists, hypnotherapist, magician, I think I said mentalist already, psychiatrists, hypnotherapists, politicians, government officials, philanthropists, entrepreneurs, counselors, social workers, um, and then what they say, the people, the beauticians who can really change the, what they say, the, like totally change the image of a person. Like there is a special course, like I think Mr. Kamal Hassan have done it, you know, where they can totally change the looks of a person. They can make a person look totally different. Like they will use some kind of some like organs, you know, no facial, like they will add some chin, they will add nose. There is a particular term for that, I'm forgetting now, but they can be that, you know, and they can be very good in their job. This is also they can learn. Basically they can be very good in pretenses also. So this is there. Now the famous people whom I have noticed that they are Ashwini are Jackie Kennedy, Prince Charles, Adolf Hitler, Charlie Chaplin, the Pandavas, Nakul and Sahdev, and Guru Dronacharya's sons Ashwatthama, also Otto Warmbier, Michael Jackson, Otto Warmbier, Michael Jackson, Pamela Anderson. They were also Pamela Anderson still is, Otto Warmbier and Michael Jackson are dead. So yeah, they are also this Ashwini people. If you know, I mean, you all know about Jackie Kennedy. She loved horses, and she was born in a very influential family. She got married to Mr. Kennedy, who was coming from very influential family and politician family. He was a successful politician, very good looking, but he died due to, you know, he was not executed, I shouldn't, he was murdered, you know, like he was shot dead when he was on somewhere for a rally or something. So untimely, young death, you know, that she saw it happen to her husband. She has Ashwini, Moon and Ketu, I think, in her ascendant. Her ascendant has Rahu or Ketu. I'm not sure, but yeah, Jackie Kennedy. And then if you see she got married to Mr. Onassis, the richest man in the world that time, very, very rich, extremely rich. And his son, 24-year-old Alexander, died in plane crash. The stepson for Jackie Kennedy, Mrs. Jackie Kennedy. Then her second husband died also very soon after that. Then her own son also died untimely with his wife in a plane crash. So you can see her life pattern, that she is a strong Ashwini and malefic Ashwini, and this is what happening to her family members. Prince Charles, you know about it. Prince Charles' wife Diana Spencer, there is also theory of conspiracy behind her death, and this happened to her. And he is Ashwini Nakshatra is a regal nakshatra, so royalties are coming there anyways. Adolf Hitler is there. His mother suffered a lot, and whatever his mental frame was because of the suffering he has seen in his childhood of his mother. I think mother was a single parent or father was somewhere else, but mother is the one who suffered a lot. Charlie Chaplin, a very talented and very successful actor. The Pandavas, Nakul and Sahdev, the foster father was King Pandu, but the biological fathers, because Ashwini Kumaras are twins. So yeah, birth of twins is very much there in this nakshatra, very much possible. So the Ashwini Kumaras are twins, you know, and the mother of Nakul and Sahdev, Madhuri, due to a blessing which Draupadi had, and she shared with Madhuri, and Madhuri is their mother, Nakul and Sahdev's mother. She prayed upon, or she called upon Ashwini Kumaras, and they came, and both of them gave one son each. So Nakul and Sahdev were twins, you know. And Madhuri, when King Pandu died untimely, very young, Madhuri, Queen Madhuri, Nakul and Sahdev's mother, she also got burnt in his fire. She died with him. So basically they became orphaned at a very young age. But Kunti took care of them, and she took care of them like her own children, and they were the youngest among Pandavas, and they were very loyal to brothers. They're very loyal towards their brothers. And if you really see their qualities, the Nakul was extremely handsome. They say the most handsome man on planet Earth at that time. He was an expert swordsman, and both of them were very good in creating a chakravyuh. They were very obedient and loyal brothers, towards their elder siblings. And when Yudhishthira told them to go towards south and get a fight with other kings and expand the land, expand their country by taking over their land after the war, and they did that. Both the brothers did that, Nakul and Sahadev. Nakul was very good in treating horses. He was Ayurveda practitioner, and he was also a great swordsman. And any kind of problem anybody have, not only horses, even human beings come to them for any health issue, they were able to treat them, both Nakul and Sahadev. Sahadev was Trikaldarshi, past, present and future, he could see clearly, and he was a very good astrologer. When Duryodhan came to him before war to ask for a good Mahurat, because Duryodhan knew that Sahadev will not tell lies about the Mahurat. So the Sahadev told him that it is Abhijit Mahurat is the best to start the war. So in fact he knew everything about the war result, what is going to happen, how it will happen, who will die, who will survive. He knew everything. But Lord Krishna warned him that you are not going to tell anything to anybody, because don't stop the destiny from happening. That's why also I said that, I have noticed this, that when something drastic has to happen, someone like a person who is very loyal to the family is removed from there. So this is the thing. So he said that you can't stop the destiny from taking place. So you are not going to tell anyone anything. And Sahadev made Lord Krishna promise at that time that the death will not come to his siblings. And if death is supposed to come to any of the Pandavas, Lord Krishna will take it on himself. And Lord Krishna promised that to Sahadev. So basically Sahadev was very good in bovine, veterinary bovine, like taking care. He was Gopala. And he was also master of disguise. Master of disguise. The people who do makeup, like they can totally change the appearance. This is what they are called, master of disguise. He was that. And then this guy, when cows have any problem, he can treat cows very well. And also both the brothers understand the language of animals. This is what also I have read. So basically you can see their life and you can understand this nakshatra, conspiracy, everything. Now there is one more person for whom I would like to discuss, you will know a lot, and this is what is going to explain when I say why I say that this nakshatra have triplicity. See, Guru Dronacharya ji and his wife Kripi, they didn't have any child. So for a very long time they prayed to Lord Tapekshwar. I think the Lord Tapekshwar is in Gujarat somewhere, and it is a cave where a shivling is there. So they prayed to Lord Shiva, and they did a very difficult prayer, and they prayed for a child. And Ashwathama was born. When Ashwathama, he has Ashwini Nakshatra. When Ashwathama ji was born, he took out the sound from his mouth like that of a horse neighing, and a celestial voice came from all the four directions that this child is not an ordinary child. He was born with a mani is gem on his forehead, embedded on his forehead at the place of third eye. And this boy is supposedly the 12th incarnation of Rudra. And he was blessed because of this money. He had no fear of hunger, of demons, of spirits, of weapons, of fire, of snakes. So basically he had no fear of death, because he is protected from all that. And Guru Dronacharya was very poor. He didn't even have money to buy milk for him, for Ashwathama. And there is another story that how he got humiliated by Drupad, which I will explain in another nakshatra when I will explain. But there is a story regarding that he was humiliated that in front of everyone that you are so poor, you cannot be my friend by King Drupad. That poor he was, that he didn't have money at all even to provide basic comforts to his child. But then his brother-in-law, Kripacharyaji, Rishi Kripacharyaji, who is the brother of Kripi, and Dronacharyaji was son of sage Bharadwaj. Bharadwaj is a very renowned Rishi Muni. So they were coming from very illustrious family. It's a very respected family. So Kripacharyaji called him, Guru Dronacharya, to Hastinapur to train all the Kauravas and Pandavas in war weapons. So where he was so poor that he didn't have anything to eat also, and then he go to Hastinapur and he become Rajguru, you know, like he suddenly he sit on throne and he's so highly respected and he has all the wealth, he's living in a palace and his son is getting best of everything, and he also, Dronacharya also got half of or some part of Drupad's kingdom which Ashwathama was ruling. So he made his son king also, Dronacharyaji. So it is like a rags to riches story. But when the war started, both of them, Dronacharyaji and Ashwathama, Guru Dronacharyaji trained all his students plus his son very well, even in atomic weapons which are called Brahmastra. So Drona was very brave and he had no fear of anything, of death. And Dronacharya also is very brave, you know. So they were killing lot of people during that war. So Pandavas and Krishna realized that as long as Acharya or Guru Dronacharya is there, and Ashwathama is there, they won't be able to win the war. So they conspired and they decided that they will kill. There was one elephant Ashwathama also in the war. He was participating in the war. So they decided that one of the Pandavas will kill Ashwathama, the elephant, and it will be declared that Ashwathama is dead. So that's what they did, you know. They killed the elephant Ashwathama and they declared Ashwathama is dead, Ashwathama mara gaya, you know, Ashwathama is killed. So Dronacharyaji asked Yudhishthir, because he's Dharmraj, he never used to tell lies. So he asked Yudhishthir that is it true that Ashwathama is killed? So Yudhishthir, because he was told that he is not supposed to tell him the truth, so he said loudly, yes, Ashwathama is killed. Then he added in very softly, which is not audible, not human but animal, the elephant Ashwathama. Dronacharyaji didn't hear this, you know, that animal or elephant Ashwathama is killed. So he sat down on the ground, he threw away his weapons and he started lamenting, and he was in so much of grief that it's kind of he lost his senses at that time. He was just grieving his son. By right, it is the code of the war that you are not supposed to kill a warrior when he throw away his weapons. That means he has surrendered, he is not fighting anymore. You can only detain that warrior, you can't kill that warrior. But Drushtadum, something like that, Drupad's son, Draupadi's brother, he also, there is a past life story regarding why he wanted to kill Dronacharya. One, to take revenge for his father Drupad, Drushtadum, yeah. And another thing also, what Dronacharya did to him. So this is really the theory of karma works in this universe. So anyway, that time Drushtadum decapitated Dronacharya. When Ashwathama heard of this, he got very, very upset and he decided to take revenge. And also at the same time, the war got over and he heard that his friend Duryodhan is dying. He was very loyal to Duryodhan. So when he went to see Duryodhan, Duryodhan was lamenting and he was not able to leave. His soul was not able to exit from his body. He was not able to understand that how this is possible, that Kauravas, who were 100 of them, they all are dead and they lost in the battle. How come it is possible? So that time, to comfort his friend, Ashwathama Ashwathama said that he is going to bring the heads of Pandavas to Duryodhan. He promised him that. So the war was already declared over. Pandavas has won already. So Kripacharyaji and one more person told this Ashwathama that don't do this. It is against the code of war. You can't do that. But he didn't listen. In the night he reaches the camp of Pandavas camp, and Lord Krishna left the camp earlier with Pandavas, and he placed one demon there who was actually Rudra to protect the camp. When he went there, the demon was now not allowing Ashwathama to come inside the camp. So he prayed to Rudra, and when he realized that it is Rudra, he decided to kill himself, Ashwathama. So Rudra stopped him, and he blessed him, and he gave him his sword, and he said that go and take this action. These people are supposed to die like that. It is their destiny. So just go and just do your work. And the demon went inside his body. That Rudra went inside his body. So this is what is I'm talking about triplicity. That it is not just that there is a duality there, that from riches to rags and rags to riches, that kind of transformation, or people are taken away from the families and they have to come back. So that is also one kind of duality, that the same people who have insulted you and thrown you out, now same people are inviting you back in the family with love and respect. So this is there. So it is not just that. I mean, there are times when destiny, when you are supposed to do something wrong, when an wrong action is supposed to be taken by someone who is as knowledgeable, as respected, as coming from such a illustrious background, like Ashwathama ji, and he has to do this kind of thing. Like, it is serious violation of code of war. That people who are sleeping, after war is over, you go to your enemy camp, the war is over, mid of the night, they are sleeping, there is no light, it is totally dark, you kill people there. Like he killed Shikhandi, Drushtadum, and the 5 kids of who were like teenagers or even younger than teens. The 5 boys, because it was so dark, he couldn't see, he thought it is Pandava, so he got the head of 5 children, he killed Draupadi's 5 sons. So if you really see, there is a triplicity, like at times we are supposed to do something wrong also to someone, because that is the destiny, we are supposed to do that. It is like that, because they have to settle, the other side have to settle some karmas, some kind of destiny. Like in Lakshagraha, Pandavas allowed some poor family to get burned to death. That's some kind of thing. The kids died, and they were aware of it, but they wanted to show to Kauravas that they are gone, so that they allowed that to happen. So it is like some kind of karmic justice is taking place. So when he bring the heads of the Upa Pandavas, they are calling his children of Pandavas, even Duryodhan lamented. He also didn't like it. He said, now who is going to do the Pindadan for us? Now we cannot get mukti, we cannot get moksha, because you killed the Pandavas' children. You shouldn't have done that. And when Lord Krishna comes back and with Pandavas, and they come to know about it, then they come to see Ashwathama, and the fight starts again. And that time they started using Brahmastra, which is atomic weapon. So sage Vyasa came down from heaven and stopped them from using atomic weapons. And he said that if you people will use it, then the whole universe will be destroyed. So please take back your atomic weapons. So Arjun knew how to take back the atomic weapon, but Ashwathama didn't know. So what he did, instead of directing the Brahmastra towards sea or towards an animal, he directed towards Uttara's womb. And the child Parikshit, which was a fetus in Uttara's womb, became still. So Lord Krishna survived that child, like made that child okay. who became King Parikshit, and he was the only surviving male of Kuru clan. So he survived, because of Lord Krishna's intervention. But Lord Krishna became so angry with Ashwatthama, and he wanted to kill Ashwatthama. But Pandavas and Draupadi said that no, he is Guru Putra, so you cannot kill him. But they took out his gem, that money from his forehead, and Lord Krishna cursed him that he will live until the end of Kali Yuga, and his wounds will never heal. They will always bleed. They will have pus in it, and he will be isolated, wandering in jungle, and to settle this karma. And he will also never have any kind of like healing or anything regarding his problems, his health issues. He will have no company, and for so many thousands of years he will have to live. And people say they have seen Ashwatthama still, and sometimes there is a sighting of a 12 feet tall man who has a wound on his forehead which is bleeding, and many wounds on his body which has pus in it. He is stinking. Lord Krishna also said you will have leprosy. So like these people who have malefic Ashwini Nakshatra, sometimes you can see they have very bad skin condition. The minute you see someone who is having serious health issues related to skin, Ketu is damaged, the curse of ancestors is coming, So the first thing you have to do is take care of northeast and southwest of their home, and also make sure that some prayers are done for the Pitris. Some forgiveness, some dan have to be done for Pitris. So this is there, I have noticed. Then also you see he was, he made a mistake by killing Pandava's children because it was dark. But when he directed the Brahmas towards Uttara's womb, he knew Abhimanyu is already dead. All the children of Pandavas are already dead. Only one unborn child is there. And still he did that knowingly. So I mean, it must be so shameful for his ancestors. How much trauma his mother loved him so much that she didn't become sati after the Guru Dronacharya's death. She was still alive. So how much she must have suffered. His maternal uncle sage Kripacharyaji, how much he must have suffered. Sage Bharadwaj, how much he must have suffered, his grandfather. So it is like falling from grace, I mean, where he is Rudra, like a 12th incarnation of Rudra, so blessed. Even his gem is taken out. That means like he loses the blessing, the divine blessing, of Shiva. So this is something. And then if you, now the, 1 minute. Now I want to talk about, and also if you see the Dronacharyaji died due to conspiracy. So that is there, how he died a violent death, tragic death, and that too due to a conspiracy. That is also there. And now the nakshatras which are compatible with Ashwini are Satabhishak, Bharini, Mrikshira, Falguni, Swati, Purva and Uttarashada, Punarvasu, Purva Bhadrapada. Ashwini Nakshatra's Purshat is Dharma, Gana is Deva, Varna is Vaishya, element is Prithvi, bird is Swan, tree is Nakswamika and or poison nut. It can be either Nakswamika and poison nut is same tree or they are different, but they both belong to this nakshatra. Animal is male horse, and the symbol is horse head. Now another thing, chess is a royal game, It was made for kings. It is also called Chaturanga and also Shatranj. Now there is a horse head with the neck, exactly like Ashwini Nakshatra symbol, one of the piece of chess or Chaturanga or Shatranj. There is a horse with the neck. It is called knight, and it is the trickiest piece in chess. It moves 2 squares vertically and 1 square horizontally, or 2 squares horizontally and 1 square vertically, either way jumping over other pieces. It could be possible that chess or Chaturanga may be created by people who had knowledge of nakshatras. and they knew that horse is supposed to jump over all other participants by hook or by crook. Same as in astrological chart, Ashwini is controlling the chart by moving in either direction and jumping over other participants. Just something to think about regarding moves of knight in chess and of Ashwini Nakshatra in our charts. So basically all three of Ketu Nakshatras have this ability that they take control of destiny of native, and by hook or by crook they will make sure that the fixed destiny does take place. I forgot to tell you the sample charts, about the sample charts. So I'm going to add towards the end the sample charts like Mr. Dodi Alfred and Michael Jackson. These people, their charts I'm going to let you know about. Otto Warmbier, he also have died tragically in North Korea. But now I'm going to tell you about the details regarding Ashwini Kumaras. I finished this part, then last I'll discuss the charts of Dodi Alfred and Michael Jackson, and I'll try Otto Warmbier chart as well. I don't promise that, but I'll try because the video is already very long. So basically now about Ashwini deities. Ashwini Kumaras who were born to Surya and Saranayu and are siblings of Manu, Saturn, Yama, Yami and Karna. Ashwini Kumaras like being adventurous, swift, spontaneous, action oriented, dynamic, mischievous, provoking and tactful. They are mentioned as saviors in Shastras and are called upon in the moment of distress by various mythological characters in many Puranas. They rescued Bhujyu, who was left at sea by his father Tugra, and for that they had to fly. Ashwini Kumaras had to fly a Vimana. Ashwini gave youth to Chavyana, Rishi Chavyana, who created Chyavanprash. They restored the eyesight of Rajasrasva, who was blinded by his father for letting a wolf eat his 100 sheep. They gave a son to Vedrimati, who had impotent husband. They returned the lost child of Visvaka. They replaced lost foot of horse Vispala with a metal one, etc. It is written that in the time of emergency, one may call upon Ashwini Kumaras, especially Ashwini Nakshatra people, and one may receive help from them. Also, people who have Ashwini Nakshatra, they must pray to Dhwaja Ganpati and also Tapekshwar, Lord Shiva, Tapekshwar temple. They can go there. Okay. The seed sounds of Ashwini are Chu, Che, Chola. Different planets gives results according to their nature in Ashwini Nakshatra. If a malefic alignment in Ashwini falls in 6, 8 or 12 or with Rahu or Ketu, it can give drastic results like sexual abuse, like Miss Pamela Anderson. She has malefic Ashwini and she was sexually abused in her childhood. I hope I have not told this earlier, otherwise I am repeating, I am sorry for that. It can also give sexually transmitted diseases, unfair legal case and even unfair execution like that happened to Otto Warmbier. One can have impotency or multiple sexual relationship, but none ending in marriage. But if it is aligned well in the chart, one can reap multiple rewards of this nakshatra. Now I am going to talk about the sample charts, See, Sachin Tendulkar ji have Ashwini Nakshatra, very positive in his chart. In his 9th house, he has Sun and Venus Sun in Ashwini Nakshatra and Venus in Bharani Nakshatra, and this is what is blessing him with all his name, fame, success, good family, good children, and all that. Mukesh Ambani ji, I told you about, his daughter has also just now given birth to twins, and he also have blessing of name, fame, success, and extension of family and everything. That is there. His alignment where his Ashwini is, I have already spoken about. What I am going to speak about is, where is 1 minute? 1 minute. Just a minute. 1 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 the two charts I wanted to discuss. Yes. Now, if we see the chart of Mr. Dodified, his birth details are 15th April 1955, 6:45 a.m. in Alexandria, Egypt. He has Sun in his Lagan in Ashwini Padawan, meaning in Gandamul Dosha, and exalted Saturn and Neptune from 7th house is looking at it. Rahu with Moon also throwing 5th aspect on Sun. Ashwini is also star of transport, and so a vehicle belongs to Ashwini. Moon and Rahu also stands for deception and conspiracy. If we see in his death a vehicle was involved, and people are talking about conspiracy theory since his death, even now. Drugs and alcohol was also involved in his death because his driver was under the influence of alcohol. This is what I have read. If we see Michael Jackson's chart, Michael Jackson's birth details are 29th August 1958 at 7:33 p.m. Gary, Indiana. His Mars, Kritika and Ketu in Ashwini in Pada 1 are conjunct in 3rd house of his natal chart. Rahu, Jupiter and Neptune are throwing 7th aspect on it from Libra. So medical, drugs and defamation were part of his life. He died due to medical mishap. Fall from grace happened in his lifetime only, and it follows him even after his death. It is said that he has abused children in his ranch, Neverland. So we can see highs and lows of Ashwini Nakshatra by studying the charts of these people. So I hope you like this video. If you do, please subscribe and support. And I may try to make all my videos from here on in Hindi also. But the problem is some of the terms are so difficult for me to explain in Hindi. But I will still try, maybe in another 2 to 3 days. I will try to make this video in Hindi if you all will like it. Thank you so much. God bless you. Take care. Good night.